In this in-depth coverage, we'll be exploring 5 key stories surrounding Chelsea Football Club, delving into the latest developments involving former academy star Marc Guehi, potential striker target Victor Osimhen, the ongoing situation with Raheem Sterling, the club's ambitious stadium plans, and the continued connection of veteran defender THIAGO Silva to the club. From transfer sagas to infrastructure updates, we've got everything covered as we take you through these major headlines that shape Chelsea's present and future. Chelsea is reportedly eyeing a sensational reunion with former academy product Marc Guehi next summer. The now 24-year-old central defender has become a cornerstone at Crystal Palace, where he has evolved into one of the Premier League's top young defenders since his £20 million transfer in 2021. His tenure at Palace has been nothing short of impressive, having made over 115 appearances, establishing himself not only as a defensive rock but as the team's captain, a role he took over from the experienced Joel Ward this season. The timing couldn't be better for Chelsea to make a move, with his contract at Palace running until 2026 and Newcastle United's recent failure to secure the player despite several bids, rumoured to have reached £70 million. The door appears open for the Blues. Guehi's leadership qualities, defensive acumen and increasing value have caught the attention of multiple suitors, but Chelsea, eager to rebuild their defence, may be willing to break the bank to bring him back. Chelsea fans will remember Guehi for his time in their youth ranks, and the thought of a homegrown talent returning to bolster the backline is tantalising. Chelsea's defence has seen various changes over the past seasons, and Guehi's composure, maturity and experience in top-flight football make him an ideal candidate for a team that's looking to re-establish dominance, both domestically and in Europe. Next, we move from the defence to the attacking third. Chelsea's pursuit of Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen has been one of the most talked about transfer sagas in recent windows. The 25-year-old forward, who has been setting Serie A alight with Napoli, found himself at the centre of multiple rumours linking him to Stamford Bridge. Despite Chelsea's best efforts, a last-minute bid to secure his services fell through, leaving Osimhen to embark on a season-long loan to Turkish champions Galatasaray after an intense back and forth. Osimhen had been courted by several clubs, including a lucrative offer from Saudi Pro League side Al Ahly, but it was Chelsea's interest that garnered the most attention. Reports surfaced that Chelsea had submitted a significant bid on deadline day. However, due to a mix of paperwork, complications and timing issues, the deal couldn't be finalised in time. According to former Chelsea midfielder John Obi Mikel, who remains close to Osimhen, both the player and Chelsea were keen to get the deal done. The disappointment on both sides was palpable. The move to Galatasaray isn't necessarily the end of the road for Chelsea's interest in the Nigerian star. His contract reportedly includes a break clause allowing him to potentially leave Turkey in January. Chelsea, whose need for a clinical striker remains pressing, could once again attempt to land their man during the winter transfer window. The price tag, Osimhen's release clause, is thought to be around £63 million, may make him an affordable option for the Blues as they look to strengthen their attack. Transitioning now to another major storyline involving Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling's situation at Chelsea has taken a surprising twist. After what can only be described as an inconsistent spell at Stamford Bridge, Sterling found himself loaned out to Arsenal during the summer window. This move, reportedly initiated by Chelsea co-owner Bedard Eghbali, signalled a shift in the club's strategy concerning the once prized forward. Since arriving from Manchester City, Sterling has struggled to replicate his previous form, leading to his loan departure. In a rather unusual deal, Chelsea agreed to pay 70% of Sterling's wages during his time at Arsenal, a move that reflects the club's eagerness to clear room for emerging talents while offloading high earners. Sterling, for his part, will have a chance to prove himself at the Emirates, and his performances there may determine his long-term future. For Chelsea, this loan spells a broader changing of the guard in their attacking options, with young talents like Cole Palmer, Noni Madueke, Pedro Neto and Mikhailo Mudryk now vying for starting spots. Sterling's place in the squad appears to be in question. Whether Arsenal looks to make the loan move permanent or Sterling explores other opportunities, the writing on the wall suggests his time at Chelsea is coming to an end, transitioning from Sterling's future to Chelsea's stadium vision. Chelsea's ambitions extend far beyond the pitch, and one of the most significant off-field projects currently on the table is the club's vision for a new stadium. Stamford Bridge, with a capacity of just over 40,000, is one of the smaller grounds among Europe's elite clubs. As Chelsea looks to cement its place among the top financial powerhouses, discussions about a new stadium have reached a fever pitch. For years, Chelsea's ownership has explored various options to either expand or relocate. While expanding Stamford Bridge has proven challenging due to its location near a major tube line, the possibility of a brand new stadium at Earl's Court is gaining momentum. Talks have already taken place with developers and Transport for London, although the current master plan for the site doesn't include provisions for a sports stadium, focusing instead on housing and employment. This hasn't deterred Chelsea, whose owners are determined to build one of the most modern and largest stadiums in the Premier League. However, disagreements within the club's ownership group, primarily between CLEARLAKE Capital and Todd Boehly, have reportedly slowed progress. There are even whispers of a potential buyout, which could complicate or delay any stadium plans further. While a move to Earl's Court remains uncertain, Chelsea has taken preliminary steps to expand Stamford Bridge by purchasing land adjacent to the stadium. Whether this signals a shift in focus back to redeveloping the current site remains to be seen. In any case, Chelsea's vision for the future remains ambitious and fans eagerly await further developments. As we now transition to our final story, let's talk about Thiago Silva's return to the club. Thiago Silva may no longer wear the Chelsea blue, but his presence at the club is still very much felt. The 39-year-old defender, who returned to his boyhood club Fluminense this summer, made a special visit to Chelsea's training ground at Cobham, much to the delight of fans and staff alike. Silva spent 4 hugely successful years at Chelsea, where his leadership, defensive brilliance and professionalism earned him a spot among the club's modern greats. During his visit, Silva was seen interacting with staff and posing for photos, a clear indication of the close bond he still shares with the club. He took to social media to thank Chelsea's fans and staff, saying, "It's always a pleasure to return to this special place. Thank you for your continuous affection. The feeling is mutual." Though Silva has moved on to play for Fluminense, where he began his professional career, Chelsea fans remain hopeful that the Brazilian will one day return in a coaching or mentoring capacity. His sons Isago and Iago are both part of Chelsea's academy setup, further strengthening his connection to the club. Silva's influence during his time at Stamford Bridge cannot be overstated. Having helped Chelsea win the Champions League and FIFA Club World Cup, he quickly became a fan favourite. Even in his final season, he was a vital figure for the Blues, making 38 appearances and earning the club's Player of the Year award. That wraps up our coverage of these 5 pivotal Chelsea stories: the potential return of Marc Guehi, the ongoing pursuit of Victor Osimhen, Raheem Sterling's uncertain future, the club's ambitious stadium plans, and Thiago Silva's enduring legacy at the club.